So I actually noticed that when you speak to a group of people, right, you are really very engaging and they will be able to pay attention, listen to you. Like, how do you actually develop the ability for yourself?
Okay, so I realized that people, right, don't have long attention span. So when you want to engage them, right, you have to speak in short, impactful, and concise statement. Yeah. The problem with most people is that I think they go on and they have a lot of commas, right? So I think you want to have enough commas, but at the same time you want to put your full stops right accordingly. And when you talk to people, right, one of the most important thing is seek first to understand, then to be understood. So what is the motivation behind the person's question? This is something that I always ask myself. Why is this person asking me this question? And how old? What's this person's intellect? What's this person's age? So I will be able to answer this same question differently, right, to different people, right, so that they can understand based on the frequency and the examples I use. We talk about in communication, right, three things. One is content, second is sequence, third is delivery, right? So the content obviously comes from your experience, comes from the books you read, and your education background. Yeah. So I used to use a lot of economics theories and some framework from econs, and all the books I read, some quotes, examples from there. Yeah. So the second is sequence, right? How you tell them, right? Why is A in front of B and after C, right? So when you understand how to guide a person's train of thought so that it's coherent, the person can follow you, right? Most of the time, I think when people move on and talk, they left the person behind. Yeah, so they had to go back to pick up the person and go again after that, right? So that's the sequence. The delivery part, which is the final part, right, will be your examples, will be the analogy, the case studies, right? And of course, finally, right, real life situations, right, or current affairs. So when you can give them proper case studies that they can relate to, right, whether it's cars, sports, boy-girl relationships, and NS or schoolwork, I think they can understand your point better. And more importantly, as you finish this whole conversation, as you're talking, if the person can see your point, I think you have delivered the impact, right? So most people can only hear what you're saying, but you can let them hear and not just hear, right? See your point, right? I think you have arrived at the part where you have put visuals in your conversation with them. Yeah. And of course, finally, as you're speaking, right, the whole idea is leaning forward, gesturing, right, nodding at the right time. All these things are nice techniques to use, which I learned in Toastmasters, Power of Three, right? Notice how I use many of that earlier on as I'm speaking to you. So how to weave in and integrate all this will naturally then make you a better speaker over time. And it is a life practice, right? So every day we have to talk to people, whether or not you're in the industry or sales or not. You have to talk to your mom and dad, you have to talk to your girlfriend, boyfriend, and siblings or co-workers, right? So it's a life skill to pick up, and I really encourage all of us to work on speaking.